Hello guys, just going to do a quick audio test before we start the stream. Hello guys! Does appear that yet again we had the same bug we did on Thursday with the other PMDG aircraft, the 7-3. We've got absolutely no sound, so we're just going to have to quickly reload the plane. So we'll have to go to a default plane, and then we'll have to go back to a proper plane. Sorry about this, guys. I don't know why this keeps happening with our PMDG. It happens. It is quite a regular occurrence. It doesn't always happen, but it's quite frequent. Luckily, it has a very simple fix. Just loading a default aircraft, then loading the PMDG aircraft again, and it works. So I'm not complaining with such a simple fix. It just takes a little bit of time. That's the only downside to it normally. We just have to wait a couple of minutes. So just there we go. The default plane's loaded in, and then we can load in the other one, and then we can get on with it. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one. I don't know what happens, but it does seem to happen quite frequently, where for whatever reason the sound on the PMDG aircraft just doesn't work. Obviously that is a massive problem, because you can tell, because all the little switches that you move make sounds, and when they don't make sounds when you twizzle them, you know something's wrong instantly. So we're reloading it in now, just picking the plane I want, and we should be ready to go then, providing it does load in correctly this time. Load. Yep, there we go. We have sound, as you probably heard on the desktop audio there. So I'll get you guys back into the sim. We'll wait for the plane to start up. I'm wondering if it's maybe better to stay in the cockpit while it's initializing all systems. I don't know. We'll let the jetway connect, and there we go. We've got full sound now. Which is what we should have had last time. So here we are in the lovely Zurich airport. We'll just connect onto the network to check we're not in anyone's stand before continuing on with our journey today. We're a 777-200LR. I have actually checked the flight plan this time to make sure that we're accurate, and I didn't file a flight plan. Let's do that now. I didn't pre-file a flight. Okay. But yeah, there's this weird thing where for some reason SimBrief initially thinks that Fly UK fly 777ER, and you have to change it to the LR. It does make a big difference actually. It changes the zero fuel weight, and it changes the amount of fuel you have to take. So it's highly advised that that you make sure that, at least for a Fly UK pilot, when you file it from SimBrief directly, which I do, you can click SimBrief in the Fly UK OFP. And it just takes you to SimBrief, and it fills in like a flight plan for you to just ready to go and just dispatch. So it's wrong, basically. But we're here in the lovely Zurich airport now. There's a slight bug with the pushback. I did this flight a few days ago actually, forgetting I was streaming it. But I went right, and the plane just pushed back straight. So I don't know what to do about that. Whether we just do a straight pushback today as well, or whether I can also do a quick edit pushback. I've discovered how to get those working. You have to click Y after you do the pushback to exit slew mode. That's how you make it work. Before that, I wasn't doing it, and I was breaking the planes, basically. So I found a way around that. We're on the ground here in Zurich. We're going to get the ADIRU, which is our IRSs, aligned. We can get our packs onto auto, because they just handle themselves. Seatbelt signs can come on. Everything else is looking all good, so we should be ready to go here. with our route. We want to get our weights plugged in, and then we can actually get on with it. So we'll set our TCAS to 2200. No ATC on the ground here. There's one other plane, I believe, a TAM heading to Sao Paulo. But yeah. So we're going to go into FS Actions and have a look at our fuel first of all. So we're taking 14,907, which is a lot less fuel than I took on my flight a couple of days ago. From what I remember, it's about 2,000 kilos less, or maybe not. I don't know, maybe I'm getting that wrong. And then we'll plug in, we'll get our payload, and then the best way to do it is literally, because there's so many like little things you can plug in, so simply just go to your zero fuel weight, 175.5 today, which is only a low level of 36%. You can see there it's loaded as all full with cargo and full with passengers. You can see there we're not actually that full, so I don't trust it, honestly. It doesn't seem to make any sense. It never seems to work. So I'll just do it myself, I guess. It seems to be a bit weird. So we're taking 186 packs, so we'll take 12 in first, and the rest in the column we'll just ignore business, pretend they're not a thing. And then we can balance out the cargo, so 4,000, that gets us 18, oh, just forget it, I'm going to put in 175.5, I can't bother to just fiddle around with numbers, it takes ages. This plane's fine, it finds the best takeoff centre of gravity as well, so whatever, 175.5, we'll remember that for when we're doing stuff later. That can just go away now and stay on the doors page. We want to go ahead and activate GSX, now we can get on with the actual flight planning for today. So you can see there we have 186, I'll tell GSX, and that's the number we're going with, despite obviously slight differences. I accidentally somehow enabled the mouse yoke, I have no idea how. Actually, I don't think I did, we'll use Donata, I like using Donata. Did I cross that label off too soon? No, I didn't, it just went, because I took so long, it just did Swissport anyway. Great, okay, that's how long I took. Right, flight directives can come on, because, you know, it's easiest to put them on now. Now, I'm already familiar with the route today and the seed, because I actually did, as I said, I flew this flight. Oh, I should have been aligning my rest. It only takes 6.5 minutes here in Zurich, or at least today. We're at gate E43, and I checked, it does actually recognise E43 as being a gate. Some of these airports that doesn't work, but it works here, so boom, E43. And then we want to go from LSZH to EGLL, heading down to Heathrow this morning. And now, if we click route request, it should just bring our route up for us. I have saved it, so it should just say route requesting, and then go route request sent, and then we'll have to load it. We're initially planning runway 34, but this is what I did on Monday when I flew the flight as well. I've switched to a runway 32 because 32 is way closer to where Fly UK park. They park in the E terminals, so it's a massive, it's quite a long taxi to runway 34, so we'll take 32 because it's still in favour of the winds. Who on earth is chatting on 128.3? Right, we're on to Unicom now. But yeah, there's so many runways at Zurich, it really doesn't matter, but we'll go ahead and load the route now. The departure is actually the same whether you take 3-2 or 3-4. After basically the initial left turn is different, but then after that, it's the same star, the same SID I mean, so it doesn't actually make a difference. We'll just check the route's correct, so Vebit to Lassen, which is actually an airway, but I always like, I like to do it direct, because otherwise it imposes an altitude restriction on us that isn't in the charts, so I don't want that, because it just slows us down a little bit, and it's a bit pointless, because Vebit to Lassen, although it's in an airway, there's no waypoint between them, so it is actually a direct, same thing. And then taking UT10 to RLP, Didor, Leso, and that's it. Yep, that is our route, just checking it's correct. It's a bit of a short flight, it's only an hour and 14 minutes, so the stream won't actually be that long. Cost index is 90, we are cruising at 400, and the zero fuel weight is 175.5, so all that's correct, meaning we can accept that. And this is done the wind data uplink, so we'll do that. We're going to head to legs, and then route data, and then load. We'll let it do that. Execute that, and then we go. It should now plug in, yep, and then we'll head to VNav, and then forecast, and we'll load that too. No ATC for the moment anywhere. None down in Heathrow either, sadly. Actually, there's now 4 planes on the ground in Zurich, so it seems we've hit a bit of a a sudden busyness here at Zurich. We just suddenly hit like a busy time. There you go, descent forecast is in, and now we're gonna do the departure. So we're runway 32, yep, 32 on the Vebit 3 November. So execute that, execute, and arriving then, we're gonna take the Aleso 1 hotel, and down in Heathrow. What on earth are we doing? This arrival is better suited to 09s for a transition, but we can also take it on the 27s. It's going to be 27s today. I believe one of the runways is shut down in Heathrow. I don't know which one though. It should be on a NOTAM. Apparently I think one runway is actually shut down there right now. I'm having a look now at... I need to skip through all the NOTAMs until I find Heathrow. However, I can't see it. I looked at the airports and it wasn't there, so I don't know where it is. Departure airport. Destination airport. Here we go. Link 35 is closed. That's not really any issue. There's a few cranes. Obviously, that's not simulated in the game. There's no mention here of a runway being closed, so... Runway, here you go, 27 left is closed. So we want to use 27 right. That's because one runway is closed down in Heathrow right now, so they're doing single runway ops. I don't know why they've closed it, but they have. And we're going to use the big transition, which isn't recognised by Navigraph for some reason. Again, just I have no idea why, but I have tried this flight out, and you can do the big transition okay in this plane. So execute that. However, I did get vectors actually because I was flying online, and we had HGC. I have no idea why. But yeah, so 27 left is closed. I don't know why it was closed when Heathrow Airport was in lockdown, but I think it's back open now, pretty much. I don't know why they've shut it again. It was open for a bit, but they've just suddenly, maybe it's in maintenance, I think, for about 2 or 3 months, I think it's shut for. Because Vatsim UK did like a little mini event, the controllers handled like a meet-up there. But yeah, who knows? Well, go to the legs page, everything's looking good, 479 miles, so it is still a decent length of flight. It's not exactly that short. 479 miles, we were planning 468. That's probably because of the big transition. It does add a few miles on. I won't be able to view my route or do our takeoff speeds until this is aligned, so we'll just wait for that. Here in Zurich, I'm looking now. QNH is 1020. And I forgot you need to drag it in this plane, don't you? There we go, 1020. Winds are variable at 2 knots from the north. So, absolute, just, 16 degrees, very nice calm weather, no clouds really. Down in Heathrow right now, we have overcast, so that's full cloud at 2,900 feet, and QNH 1019, and we'll sort that out when we get closer to Heathrow though. There's now 6 planes on the ground here, which is pretty mad actually, for an airport that hasn't got any kind of ATC. Looks like they've almost finished loading bags, and I think people are already on board as well. So we can go ahead and fire up the APU. And we'll do the fuel pumps as well. Everything's all looking good. Yeah, people are still boarding, but it's just the last bits of boarding now. And everyone should be good. I'll just make sure that the cargo doors are closed now, because I believe all the cargo's on board. Yes, it is. So we can go ahead and close them. We're just waiting on passengers, and there you go, I just got the message up there from GSX to say 186 are good. So, perfect for departure. We're just going to close all our doors now. We can whack our TCAS on as well, and we'll get our beacon light on, and we can also then turn on the hydraulics. Obviously we're going to do the right ALEC one first, and then we can do all the others. Wait till the fault light goes away, and then we can start everything else. Perfect. Okay, everything's looking good up there. We can arm the emergency lights. Everything's looking all fine. External power, we're going to disconnect the secondary external power because we don't need it now. really. And everything's all looking good. We'll report on Unicom because it is so busy. We'll set the auto brake to RTO. We can click traffic on here now, and I'll get weather and turbulence active there. We're going to have a slight, there you go, slight warning there with the hydraulic pumps needs everything to be on. There we go, everything's all on. And is the APU running? Yes it is, which means we can arm that door. Everything's all shut and closed. Don't exactly know what we're waiting on now, but is it one of those bugs again? It was this weird thing. Okay, there's a slight bug going on with the spoilers. I don't know what, but they're permanently up. Why are they permanently up? What's going on? Okay, there's some slight weirdness going on here. I've tried clicking slash, which is the speed brakes keyboard control. Okay, I don't know what's going on there. We'll have to wait for the hydraulics to sort out then. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully that doesn't affect us later on. I will just check the controls quickly because I did have to, I had to sort out my throttle quadrant. Actually, the thing that plugs in did break slightly yesterday, so I'll just make sure. It was like being a bit odd, but there we go. It's all good, look, the axes. So hopefully, I don't know, maybe I have to recalibrate it. I can recalibrate it and I'll see what that happens. There you go, we'll recalibrate it now. I don't know what's going on. Hopefully it's something to do with the plane, because it's being a little bit strange. Right, everything's all set up. Ground connections off. And parking brakes on. I have no idea what's going on with our speed brakes. Hopefully it will just fix itself as we push back. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah, there's this weird bug with Zurich Airport, I think, and GSX. Like, they just sit here, look, saying, waiting for other services to complete. Like, you know, like, all the baggage has been loaded. All the passengers are loaded. What are we waiting for? Like, it's such a bug. I don't know what it is. It happened to me when I did the flight the other way round as well. What if I open the main exit? If it was the main exit thing, what I have to do is reset the position of GSX. So we'll close it. There appears to be a weird bug with GSX and Zurich Airport, honestly, and the pushback. I'm expecting the pushback to go a bit wrong, but I'm hoping it doesn't. Hang on a minute. Oh, there we go. The GSX menu wasn't coming back up then. We can use Donata, I guess. And hopefully they'll mess up our pushback, but... Right, this can go right up to 400, which is our cruise altitude. There's absolutely no restrictions on the climb out today, just above, at or above altitude. We can also do our V-speeds now because our IRSs have aligned. Thrust limit, we're going to do a D-rate of 1 on the climb and the takeoff power. We can probably do a flaps 5, we're not that heavy. Yep, flaps 5 looks absolutely fine. Trim needs to be set to... Why is our trim wheel not working? This happens in this plane quite often, actually. I found the trim wheel not working. But you can do it with this little switch here manually, luckily. So 2.5, which is that. Yeah, there's a weird bug with the controls going on today. I don't know what it is. Hopefully that solves itself. 142. Ignore that. That also happened on my flight on Monday. Just a weird little glitchiness with the departure. It sorts itself out. Don't worry. Heading is 315. I'm going to go right.
Departure check completed. Pipe has been inserted. Release parking brakes.
Zurich traffic. Skyways 58. Push and start stand. Echo 43. We may end up doing a straight pushback due to a bug with GSX. Just testing. Then we'll taxi to runway 32 for the Vebit 3 November departure today. Alright, so hopefully GSX does actually push us back properly and that bug doesn't happen again, although it may. Right, are the speed brakes going to solve themselves, or are they just going to stay all the way out? Because this is a bit worrying. They're broken, they're really broken. I don't know what's going on. Have I pressed a button on the keyboard that's causing this? Like, I can check now. So spoilers arm, shift and slash, or slash. Nothing else. I can delete the joystick assignment and then get it back, that's all fine. So I'll try shift and slash to see if that helps. No. They are entirely broken. The spoilers. I have no idea what's wrong with them, sorry. I'll try enable the mouse yoke. I don't know, they're being weird, those spoilers. They're really bugged. I don't know what's going on. Right, we can start the other engine now. I haven't even done anything wrong. And you can see there, GSX has actually done a straight pushback again.
Waiting your confirmation for good engine start.
So I don't know what's up with our spoilers. They're being very strange. Oh, it's because I was in reversers. There we go. Actually, no, that hasn't solved it. Our throttle was actually stuck in the reverser position. However, it's still actually being bugged, so that doesn't seem to have been the fix.
Unlocking gear.
Right, we'll recalibrate the controller now. I don't know what's going on. Our spoilers are just totally broken. I will just check to make sure there isn't like an extra control for the spoilers that I'm missing, but I don't think there is. Nope, just slash and shift and slash, and I've already done that. Why has it deleted our takeoff speeds? How have our takeoff speeds mysteriously changed to be like way heavier than they were before? I didn't even change anything. Okay, there's some slight weirdness going on here, isn't there? I think. Oh, there we go. Suddenly, the spoilers just decided that they wanted to be okay now. I don't know what's going on, honestly, but they're okay now. Right, flaps 1 and flaps 5. Yeah, I don't know, it must be a weird bug then. Obviously, another bug is, of course,
left is clear,
our
right
plane.
is clear.
Right, strobe lights and taxi lights can come on. It's just such a weird bug that, where GSX just pushes back straight. Honestly, we're having a lot of bugs today. Also, Raz Professional discovered actually, oh, no, man, it switched on here by default. My other PC, it switched off by default in this plane for some reason. I have to turn it on manually. Zurich traffic, Skyways 58, taxi runway 32. GSX did do a straight pushback, so apologies if that did annoy anybody, but yeah, taxi to runway 32, Zurich traffic. I don't know. I don't know what it is with GSX, but yeah, there's clearly a bug here with this scenery and this gate, where they just do a straight pushback. So next time if I ever do this flight again, I'll just do a quick edit pushback. Luckily, there's no one in the gate next to us, so we can just taxi straight across without causing any hassle. Which is good. What on it? Is it just me or did I feel the plane drop a bit then? I definitely felt the plane drop a little bit. Right, AP, you can come off now. Oh, I don't know. Today just feels like a day when it's going to just be really buggy. I don't know why, but I'm just getting the sense already. We've had, like, throttle stuck in reverse. Spoilers not retracting for whatever reason. Like, GSX doing a straight pushback for no reason. It's not good, is it? Well, we'll try as much as we can to successfully complete a flight, but stuck in reverse. Knowing today it'll be that day when I get to the final of the runway and then it crashes. However, I've flown into Heathrow Airport multiple times before, so I couldn't blame it on scenery or Raz Professional because we'd landed there before, so I don't know what I'd blame it on. I said the only
watch out, sirs.
It doesn't like any other traffic is departing Zurich, so I'll go ahead and get rid of the ground shots. We're going to taxi all the way full length to Hotel 3 and then depart on the Vebit 3 November. Pretty simple sort of departure this, just out at a max of 210 knots initially, and then above 3,500 before making the turn, above 6,000, above 7,000, in later restrictions, but that's not a problem. Right, we'll taxi here then. It's a little bit laggy actually. It's dropped to like 20 FPS there briefly. But now I've gone back inside fully, it's actually calmed down again. Right, onto the runway we go then. On go the landing lights, on go the runway turn-offs, off go the taxi lights, on go the wing lights as well. Do we need wing lights? Maybe we don't need wing lights, I don't know.
Approaching 3, 2.
I think we'll go with wing lights. What on earth, where did that Swiss plane come from? Right, runway 32. God, that Swiss plane literally just connected now. They just landed actually, they landed from Newark. Zurich traffic, Skyways 58, take off runway 32. Alright, everything's all ready for departure, cabin's ready, you can see there's a little thing there. Which means we're all good to go. So, start the clock, and toga. Alright, away we go, we're doing a D rate of 1 today, so not full power, but this thing will still rocket off like it does. Airspeed's live. A knots. Yeah, this thing is so quick. It's honestly like a rocket. Like, this is on a D rate, remember. V1, rotate. V2. This thing is such a rocket, honestly. The engines they strap to this thing, they're like the most powerful things. They can actually like power up a 747 to cruise one of these things, and there's actually 2 of them on here. It's just nuts. They're nuts, nuts, nuts. Right. This plane wants me to like pull back, right, mad, 6,300 feet per minute. What? Just what? Right, gear up. Go positive rate in this thing, like, so quickly. We'll track the flaps here. However, we are limited to 210 knots on the initial climb out. Transition altitude here is 5,000, I believe. No, 7,000, sorry. Right, autopilot in. And, yeah, I didn't plug in 7,000. Oh, I can here. And transition level down in Heathrow will probably be 7,500 if there's ATC. But by default it's 6,000, so we'll plug in 6,000 for now. And there's 7,000. Standard pressure. It's just absolutely insane, this plane. Right, with its climb performance. Right, off go the runway turn-offs. At least when it's quite empty anyway. Obviously, remember the 747 we built for much longer flights than the one we're doing today, so it has got the weight advantage. It's not really hauling any weight today. And it's also the fact we're also limited to 210 knots, which means this thing can just, obviously the way it works in these planes, you know, if they can't gain speed, they climb to maintain that speed. They pitch for the climb. Because, well, it's the best way to maintain the speed. Right, there's 10,000, all brakes, no, not all brakes, landing lights are off. We're still limited to 10 knots until we pass ZH577. Literally, you know, 2 minutes into flight and we're already up at 10,000 feet. It's just, honestly, if you had like full departure ATC in this thing, they'd be like, climb to 4,000 feet. And before you'd even got on to departure and said hello, you'd be at 4,000 feet. It'd be a nightmare. Right, and that's with a D rate. Like, get that clear. That was with the D rate. It's crazy. I don't know what it is, but this plane, I mean, it is going to start to slow down now. Because it wants to go up to its cruise to the rate now. And we're cruising at Mach 835 today. It's insane. At the moment we've got no ATC, unfortunately. There's 8 planes on the ground right now in Heathrow, so pretty busy. Despite the fact there's nothing going on. Nothing really going on down there. So that's how it is, I guess. Yeah, this plane is actually struggling to gain speed a little bit, because this thing just likes to do a crazy climb even if it has to gain speed. So it's like refusing to go under 2,900 feet per minute. As soon as it does, it like freaks out. Oh, there you go. I think it's finally starting to level out now. It's finally starting to get the message. Oh, never mind, it's pitching up again. Why isn't this plane just capable of doing quite a slow climb to allow us to speed up? Although I think it is now 2,800 feet per minute. It's getting a bit better, but it's still not the best. Like, oh, there you go. It seems to be leveling out even more now. It's not really allowing us to gain the speed we need. But I don't know. That's this plane's decision, right? This plane's performance is a little bit nuts, though. Like, almost too nuts. You know? But yeah, this thing, I mean, literally 4 minutes in the air and we're already at 17,000 feet. Like, obviously this thing isn't used on too many short flights like this, so obviously it would never probably need to even... This plane, like, a plane like this probably rarely cruises at 20,000 feet or whatever, but you know, it's one of those planes where it could do a really short hop and then still manage to get to a decent cruise altitude because it's so quick. I haven't done it on like a 7-hour flight, so if I took this plane on a 7-hour flight, I reckon it would most likely be a lot slower. That's for certain. But it would almost certainly be a lot slower. I can guarantee that right away. But yeah, up we go, passing 20,000 now. So this thing's now reached what it wanted as a cruise speed, so it can now get on with its manic climb. This is going to 8 nautical mile range. There's quite a few waypoints on today's route. As I have done this flight with the same route once before, literally early this week. So, I mean, it's good to get a practice flight in, I guess, but still. And we'll look at the restrictions. So 180 at VAX, 70 at big. That's all fine. Just making sure that all the restrictions we have are accurate. At the moment, no ATC, but we should get some ATC in Heathrow by the time we get down there. Normally, about 8:30ish, 9 o'clock. About 9 o'clock, sort of in the UK, which is about now. Controllers do start to come online. Like right now, there's Birmingham approach and Gatwick ground. So slowly, everything does start to come alive at this time of day, but normally not much. But Heathrow and Gatwick particularly are normally the first two to be staffed. Obviously being the main airports of the UK really, and London. But yeah, you can see this thing is just manic at climbing. Like an Airbus A320 would probably take about 18 minutes to get to flight level 370 or 380. This thing can do 400 in about like 12 minutes. You know, less than that. It's just nuts. It's so quick at climbing. I mean, obviously the initial climb with this flight did help us, but it's really crazy how quick it just suddenly gets to 400 like that. That's a 73. No, what am I on about? That's a 777 for you, really. Being this quick. It's like the 787. It just climbs a bit quicker. Although, as I said, generally, I think this thing's engines are more powerful than the 787 as well. This thing has some very powerful engines. So you could strap one of these on a 747 and it would still manage to take off. So strapping two on there just for the fun of it. I mean, yeah, why not? I mean, you saw on takeoff there. We even did a D-rate and I was still up in the air really quickly. So, you know, 150 knots instantly. This thing is quick. Right, climbing through flight level 310, not too long left to go then until our top of climb, which is there, I think, just short of Kubon. This thing will go into like a sort of rapid climb, well, like not rapid, but it'll go into a bit of a quicker climb once it reaches Mach 835 mode. Because obviously Mach 835 continues to slow. Because initially, like, you can see there our speed's going above what it recommends, so then it starts to do a bit of a quicker climb all of a sudden. While it manages to slow down to the correct Mach level for our cruise. And yeah, hopefully we do get some nice ATC down in London. There's currently 8 planes on the ground in London, 7 of which are departing. So you can see even that ATC, Heathrow does get very busy. I'm hoping we can do a good landing in this thing. I'm not always the best at that. Oh, rare. My seatbelt signs were still on. Sorry, passengers. It's only been 9 minutes actually, so that's pretty average for a flight in a 737 or something. 9 minutes after flight. It's just that this thing is way quicker at getting to cruise. You can see now it has got to Mach 835. It has now slowed its climb to something a little bit more normal, but still, you know, an Airbus at this stage will probably be doing about 800 feet per minute. The Airbus is the worst climber. This is definitely the best. Yeah, the Airbus A320 is just a joke. Even if you stick it on a really low cost index, it's just that's a low speed. There we go, guys. I just unplugged my my headphone, not the headphones from the computer, but my headphones from the adapter that connects into the computer. It just literally fell out, so that's why my mic audio went off a little bit. Hopefully the audio is still good. I know what my headset can be like sometimes. There we go. Yeah, it's fine. My headphone audio can be a bit dodgy sometimes if you unplug it and then plug it back in. Like every time before I stream, I have to unplug my headphones and plug them in, and then do that again. Otherwise, the audio quality is terrible. I have no idea why, but it's a strange bug. And when I'm flying on Vatsim and not recording, I need to remember that, because it applies to anything. It applies to Tower 3D. It applies to OBS. I don't know what it is. It's a weird glitch with the microphone, but I don't know if it even happens anymore. I think it does still happen. I just make sure that I am, because it's better having, because unfortunately if you fully unplug your headphones and then plug them back in while in a session of flight sim, so not in the menu but in a game like this, the sound doesn't come back. You have to reload the game. So obviously happening in mid-air isn't an option, and once I was fiddling around with the sound settings and it actually crashed the game. So yeah, that can happen. Right, 40,000 feet there. So hopefully in the new flight sim, things like that, where I click on another window and it mutes the flight sim, things like, you know, bugs with crashing, hopefully they'll all be fixed. Obviously it's 64-bit, remember, so that's a massive step forward. The fact that it's 64-bit right away makes quite a large difference. So it should be pretty good. Right, since we're at cruise now, I'm going to go ahead and get the charts up for Heathrow, because, well, why not? So we're going to get taxiing charts, airport charts, not taxiing charts, so the taxiing chart's fine. Actually, no, we'll keep the taxi chart in case we need it, and we'll get the parking stand up as well. And then we'll get our approach, so we'll get the ILS 27 right, and then we also want initial approach from Big in, so we'll get that in as well. And that's all the charts we're going to need today. I was going to plug my headphone out of its adapter and then go on a flight, so I wonder why no one's talking. Yeah. I don't know, headphones are funny, but you can realise, oh, London SC Centre just came online. But yeah, it is a weird thing, headphones. You can just suddenly think, oh, why am I not hearing anything, and then realise. It doesn't always go well, but that's what headphones are like. Or anything that plugs into a computer. You have to just... Generally, the best way to find out it's unplugged is the hard way. which is typing something and thinking, why isn't this working? Needing to click something urgently and discovering that it doesn't work, or talking and discovering that no one can hear you. I remember once I connected into an A320 at Gatwick to do a flight to Bilbao. I requested clearance twice before realising that Vatsim couldn't hear my mic, because I unplugged it and plugged it back in while VPilot was running. It's just like, oh, that's how headphones are sometimes. There's our arrival. You can see it's a bit of like basically just head from big, and instead of going direct, which you'd be given vectors for, it's more of like a little arc round to help traffic flow when it gets busy. But if we have London SC Centre online, they cover Heathrow and the south of London. They cover the whole thing, so they'll be able to cover us for ATC, and then we might get Heathrow approach or whatever online. Right now I'll just pre-tune them 132.6. They should be online for about an hour and a half at least, and obviously since this flight's only an hour and 14 minutes, we should easily get them. And it says there's no estimated log off time, so they'll just log off whenever, but hopefully they'll be online for at least an hour. Because in an hour's time we should be touching down at Heathrow. So we'll probably get given like a bunch of vectors through the big transition at the moment. I'm hoping other stuff comes on though, because it's SC Centre, so it covers Gatwick and it covers Heathrow. Because Heathrow is just inside the boundary of London Central, not London South. So, rip. I nudged my yoke forward. I've done that before. If you nudge your yoke forward, it actually just turns off the autopilot, but no mind. We're okay. I just won't nudge my yoke forward anymore. But yeah, that can happen where it gets really busy. Like I remember one, because obviously an SC Centre, they have to control everything on the ground in Heathrow because there's no ground control, and just that is enough to block out a frequency talking to 10 planes on the ground. So unfortunately, I wish they would just not do ground control for Heathrow. They wouldn't take clearance. They'd be like Eurocontrol maybe. Because it gets so busy. It's just silly. Like it gets far too busy. You can't get a word in. He's also put an ATIS up in Heathrow, so we'll grab that. Information alpha at the moment. Runway. They're arriving 27 left. So despite the fact that 27 left is closed in real life, we're using 27 left. Okay, if that's what the controller wants to do, I guess. Even though it's closed. Arrival, 27 left, big transition, Alaso 1 Hotel, execute. That hasn't really changed our plans that much. It's the same transition basically, just with a slightly different... it's a bit of a sharper arc, because you're going on to 27 left rather than 27 right. I just need to change the charts around now, and then they'll be all good to go. And I'll get the minimums in actually, then I can get the minimums sorted. So 27 left, there it is, and everything else is all good. So the minimums are going to be 277, so we can get that plugged in now. Wait, wrong way. There we go. Wrong mouse button. That was up, not down. And 277. There we go. Boom, and we can get our landing speed set as well. However, at the moment, this landing speed will change because it's doing this landing speed for the runway in Zurich. It's a strange, not a bug, but like if you tried to plug in anything about your approach or Starlook, you can see up there it says LSZ8, you have to click it again and then go into arrival. It like basically, unless you're like 200 miles or something like that from your destination, it's somewhere around there, it instantly thinks that you want to plug it in for Zurich. So on the flight I did on Monday, this was 135, and then when it discovered it was landing at Heathrow, it changed to 137. So it can change depending on the runway you land at. Quite important that. Got it, look outside then. It shouldn't be too long till descent actually, it's not a long flight, yeah, just half hour until our descent, so we've only got half hour up here. I said it will be a little bit of a shorter stream than usual because of the flight length. Quite simple. I said I'm trying to get as much use out of this plane as possible because as excited as I am for the brand new Microsoft Flight Sim, I made the stupid move of 3 weeks ago or something like that buying this plane. So I bought it and then literally 2.5 weeks after I bought it, boom, new Flight Sim. It's like, great. I'm just hoping that PMDG offer a discount to people who already own this one if they decide to make a new 777 for the new Flight Sim. That's what I have to hope. Otherwise, yeah, that's a little bit of a shame. Spent £70 on it and then boom, it's useless. But okay, the reconnection successful. The stream may have buffered for 5 seconds as we had some slight connection issues, although it appears to be okay now. So 5 seconds is okay. I didn't even get a warning from YouTube saying that it wasn't receiving it, so I didn't drop any frames, so I don't know what happened there, but yeah. That was a worrying message to see pop up. OBS is disconnected while streaming. Oops. But yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Have a look outside. I love the livery light. I don't know how they've done it, but Fly UK, they sort of shine on the sort of, I don't want to say like the shine on the livery. This blue, it's called crystal, the livery, so that's probably why it is so sort of shiny, but it looks really beautiful. I don't know how you do that in a flight sim. Like, how do they make it so shiny? The old livery wasn't shiny like that. The new Union Spirit, the old one was called. Oh, we're in first class here. The flight attendant did the mood lighting to be red. Unlike in the Cornic Wing 787, you actually have control over the mood lighting, which I didn't know up until about a week ago. But in this plane, I don't think you do have control over it at all. I think it is just random. There isn't like a load manager as it pops up. No. It would be one of the panels if it was to pop up anywhere, but nothing. Yeah, 9 planes on the ground in Heathrow right now, so very busy. Obviously, London, like South Central, won't contact us until on this route. It's at Abner, I think. Yeah, Abner. That's where we should get first contact with ATC. Somewhere between Abner and Aleso. It depends on how big they want to run their sector. You can enter their airspace at either one. But yeah, hopefully I'm also in range of Gatwick Ground now, so hopefully if any controllers come online in Heathrow now, I shouldn't have to wait for VATSPY to update it. It should just happen immediately, which is good. But yeah, it's all looking pretty good at the moment. The arrival into Heathrow has been pretty simple. Than the initial approach from Big. It's max 180 knots the whole approach apparently. It's one of those things where trying to get slowed down from 220 knots to 180 knots that quickly is a bit difficult. So we're going to have to take control of the speed manually because this plane is very difficult to slow down. And then obviously we've also got quite a sharp turn because of the ILS we're taking. Although we should get vectors generally. Although in the real world, for once, instead of doing vectors, they are actually following approach transitions now. I've looked on Flight Radar, it's nuts. They're actually following the approach transitions now because, like, Heathrow's not busy enough at the moment to handle holdings, but it's not quiet enough to just let every plane straight in. So they just do an approach transition. It's great, that. I like the pilots that are flying, are loving that. Like, landing at Heathrow and not having to hold, like, that must be so cool. I mean, like, even on Vatsim, when there's an event you have to hold, so Gatwick particularly though, rather than Heathrow, is terrible for holding, because of the fact it only has one runway. Because sadly they built 2, and then the runways were too close together, so scrap that. They've only got 1 runway now, it's just like, great. I can't imagine they're very happy about that, but the runways are too close together at Gatwick. They are literally like right next to each other. It's why, because some airports have done that. I think it was a new regulation or something, I'm not sure. I believe that's the reason why they had to get rid of the old runway, just turn it into a taxiway, because they haven't got rid of it. I think when one runway closes, they have to use that one that they've got, that second one that they don't use. They actually use that when the other one closes for maintenance, so pretty crazy. So at the moment, Heathrow was apparently only running single runway ops, but the ATIS that's been put out by the controller is not saying that. Obviously, but, you know, the controller can do what they like, I guess. It's Vatsim. There's no, you know, we're not going to find construction things on the runway, are we? You know. It'd be nice to get some ATC though. I mean, it's what I had actually flying in from Zurich. It was literally just no ATC all the way, and then I had London SC. Same as it's pretty. I had London South and I had Heathrow Approach, I think. But yeah, it's pretty nuts. It's literally like a carbon copy of the flight I did on Monday. Who would have thought it? It wasn't intended that, and I just did the flight on Monday because I felt like doing it, and I was like, oh, I'm streaming it as well later this week. It's because there's not really many short flights you can do with the passenger 777 here at Fly UK, so there's only a select amount that you can do. But still, pretty good. Yeah, not bad. Also guys, 97 subs, just 97 subs we're on now, so 3 more, it's magic, just 3 more and we're at 100. It's not many to go now. I'll have a quick look at the weather down in Heathrow, just have a little quick spy. Winds are 260 at 11 knots, so, and QNH 1019er. That's what ATIS Report Alpha is on, yeah? I'm just checking. ATIS Report Alpha is on 750. Oh yeah, we need to get the transition level plugged in as well. So 7,000 they're doing, not 7,500. They're doing 7,000 today. We may as well request the descent forecast again, because we're a bit closer to Heathrow now. It probably won't have changed, actually. I can check if it changed, but I don't think it has. It sent the request, but nothing's happened. Oh, there it is. And it's literally the same. Hasn't changed. Which is kind of good, I guess. Doesn't really matter. It's all been taken from SimBrief, though, isn't it, I think? So, there's only one flight plan in there that it's using to get it from. Nice looking plane, this, gotta say. Very nice looking plane. I don't think the 777 is quite as pretty as the 787, but I do like the livery. This crystal livery, it really, really suits this plane. Like, more than other planes that I've flown. Definitely. It's really nice. Yeah, just 280 miles to Heathrow now, so not long. We're going to be descending in, what's that, like 20 minutes descent, and then straight down. Only descending 130 miles early because of the restrictions. It's like 18,000 by ETVAC and then 7,000 by Biggin, and then there's like this weird sort of approach transition that we have to follow then. Although considering we have London South Central online, we'll probably get given vectors. Although I kind of think they're going to be very overloaded. I have a feeling. ATC, if because they're controlling Gatwick's airspace and Heathrow's airspace, so the fact that they're controlling both sectors is going to make it a bit too busy. I think it's going to get a bit chaotic, especially with 9 planes on the ground in Heathrow to control. Obviously, he's going to have to give clearance to them, and so it might get a little bit overloaded. But hopefully. It won't be so busy that I can't get a word in. That's the one problem. It can actually get like that where it's so busy you just can't get a word in. Hopefully that sort of relaxes a bit. Hopefully maybe some planes take off from Heathrow by the time we actually get here. Something like that. But yeah, I hope everyone watching is really enjoying the stream. Right now I have 6 people watching. It's just clocked on to. That's absolutely amazing. Hope everyone is enjoying the stream. What on earth? We're on 100 subs. I'm suspicious. We just gained 3 in one go. Well, if YouTube isn't lying to me and it's being serious that we're on 100, then that's amazing. I'll have to wait until the end of the stream to confirm that though, because YouTube, I have a feeling, might be just tricking me. I'll have to wait until the end of the stream when it gives me like a final subscriber report. But if we're on 100 subs, then that's amazing. Like, really, really amazing. I hope everyone's really enjoying the streams, obviously. You know, it's amazing. But yeah, and obviously Colour Factory's on 102 now, so, you know, we can push the channels to be on. As I said, I wanted to reach 100 by MSFS 2020, so obviously, you know, just obviously give it a month. We're going to have a week without streaming, and then straight after that I will bring you guys content. Even though I'm going to have a week without streaming, I'm definitely going to bring you guys some video content on the new flight sim. The reason I'm not going to stream on the first week of the new flight sim, simply I want to test out what I can do. And then I can then put it into streams for you guys to watch, because there might be, because I think there are missions that have been put into the game. Maybe they're going to be better than the missions that come with this flight sim. I bet they are. There's going to be weekly challenges, VFR, flying, flight training, tutorials that you can do. There's going to be all sorts in this new game that I am really excited about. I can't wait for it, really. I mean, obviously it was announced pretty suddenly. The release date went from 2020 to, guys, it's coming in a month. Literally like a month before release, they're just suddenly covered that news. I was very happy. I mean, I discovered while scrolling through some YouTube comments, and I was like, what? And I googled it to see if it was true, and it was, and I was just like, wow. Absolute wow. It's so amazing. That new flight sim. I mean, I've seen a lot of video footage of it now, and I've had a look at the features of it, and it's all really amazing, actually. Yeah, and also I'm down to 99 subs. I knew that would happen. Honestly, if you say on a YouTube stream that you have 100 subs, someone unsubs. It's guaranteed. Absolutely guaranteed. It's just absolutely guaranteed that someone's like, oh, he's on 100 subs, quick, unsub. Oh dear. I don't do it for the subs anyway, so I don't really mind. I can safely say I was on 100 for at least a bit anyway, so I don't really mind, honestly, but still, one of those things you can instantly get on YouTube. Hey guys, I have 100 subs. Right, everyone on the channel proceeds to unsub. Part of the fun. People just being silly. Or maybe YouTube got it wrong. Maybe we're blaming this one on YouTube. I don't know. Are we blaming this one on YouTube? Anyone watching? Oh dear. But yeah, we're descending in just 15 minutes now. So not long until we have to descend. ATC is still only London SC Centre, so my worries are that it's going to be absolutely manic down in Heathrow. The weather hasn't updated since 7:50. Hello in the chat. Hope you are enjoying the stream. Thank you for watching. Today, so far, anyway, we've had some great support on the stream. I hope everyone is really enjoying the stream. You just said, nice. That actually has just taken us on to 100, I believe, once again. We're on 100 briefly there. But yeah, it's amazing if we can get past 100. I'll definitely make a video about getting to 100 in the coming days then. If we manage to hold it for a day, then I'll make a video just to make sure. I don't know, but yeah, so I don't want to be that person who makes a 100 sub video and then I go below 100 subs. So that'll be a little bit silly. That's the problem with like YouTube milestones like that though, like when they're quite small. All it takes to push you below 100 is one sub. So it's just like you can literally make a video saying, hey guys, I want 100 subs, and then suddenly you're on 90 again. But yeah, I'm very grateful for the support. Hope everyone watching does enjoy. Obviously, I don't do it for the subscribers. I do it because I like flight simming, and I haven't got anything else better to do than stream it. No, I was just like, yeah, why not? Let's stream it. You know, share flight sim with everyone else because it's good fun, really. And since I don't know, it's nice to talk about, isn't it? Flight sim, it's something to talk about, and obviously the new flight sim that's coming, it's something to look forward to. Yeah, the new flight sim, I can't wait for it, really. I mean, we'll take a little look outside on the wing now. See what's outside for us to enjoy. Not really that cloudy outside. It's obviously, you know, if this was FS 2020 right now, we'd have much better scenery to be gazing at. But, you know, this isn't FS 2020, sadly, so we haven't got the best scenery in the world to be gazing at. But that's just how it is, right? So yeah, I mean, I am glad I'm not one of those people though who like bought like Orbex True Earth and whatever like for £100. That would be like, I don't know, I wouldn't be able to do that because it takes up a lot of space. Things like Orbex, and you know, you can also get Ortho. I'm not sure whether that works with FSX. It works with X-Plane from like basically like satellite textures, but they take up a lot of space. So, personally, you know, as much as I want my flight sim to look great, it would just lag. Because this game's not optimised, and obviously the fact that if I was to go pumping high resolution textures into this game, it would just crash because it only runs 32-bit, not 64. So that limits the amount of memory you can actually push into it. It's very important, that. And obviously the new flight sim, that's what I like about the new flight sim as well. It's not only the good graphics, but it's the fact that it will run on pretty much any machine that has a half-decent graphics card and an i5. You know? i5 or above and a half-decent graphics card and you're good. And that's because despite the 2 petabytes, yes, petabytes of data that this game has, it's still able to run really well because it's streamed from their services. So it's not even going to be that. It's not going to be, obviously, they have, I know that, you know, obviously they have to stream it from their servers. You know, I don't think anyone has a PC out there with 2 petabytes of storage, do they? I mean, I can look up now 2 petabyte hard drive, and I don't think that sort of thing exists. Oh, yeah, in fact, I've just found one here. You can get 10 terabytes for £1,000, yeah? 10 terabytes for £1,000. So unless you want to go spending a ton of money. So it doesn't say how much does this fit. I'm looking. There is actually a website here that has got something for sale for £11,000, but I'm not sure how much storage that actually is. It doesn't say. But yeah, it's basically quite simple. That it's going to cost you. Well, I'm not even sure if you can get 2 terabytes realistically. I think 2 petabytes. I think you do realistically have to get. I mean, I'm not sure how many. Here you go. This one's 2 petabyte. Oh, that's different. That's a USB cable. That's a little bit different. But yeah, basically, in reality, you're not going to get 2 petabytes. 2 petabytes unless you build some specialist machine, and even then it's probably going to cost you unthinkable amounts of money. So obviously they did have to stream from their servers to get that lovely scenery, that lovely satellite imagery. I mean, it looks so nice. But yeah, not bad. But yeah, we're up here at 40,000 feet. We're actually descending in just 67 miles here, so we'll make sure everything's ready. I'm hoping by now that the plane knows we're landing. Yeah, that's what I searched, yeah. Right now, this PC actually only has 1 terabyte, so that's how mad it is, you know? 2 petabytes, it's not going to happen, realistically. In a workshop PC, like just a desktop PC, like most people have? No. You know, I think you can get like 8 terabytes and 10 terabytes if you get major. That's like the most you can get realistically, and that's very expensive. But you're not getting any more than that in a hurry. No chance. And as I said, a general PC, like a general, if you go onto Amazon or whatever shop online or any shop, you know, on the high street, the most you're gonna get is probably a terabyte or possibly 2 terabytes in just like a workshop PC. So they do have to make sure that they can run. I'm not sure how big the game's gonna be. I think the box version is on like 7 discs, maybe 7 discs. So I'm not sure how big that equates to, because obviously there is like a maximum amount you can store. Maybe it's 10 discs. I can't remember. I'll search it now. MSFS 2020 box edition. It should say how many sort of. I think Aerosoft is selling some box copies, I believe. But it's pretty nuts. Yeah, 10 DVDs, 10 discs. Just looked it up now. So yeah, the whole game fits on 10 discs. So that's how large it is. I'm not exactly sure how much you can fit on a disc. I guess it depends on the sort of disc, right? But yeah. Also, our landing speed is plugged in there. 137 knots. You can see it now knows we're landing at Heathrow. 12,000 foot runway. So that's easily enough for all brakes 2. Should be fine. London South Centre is still online. We're going to enter their sector at Abner, so that's where we're going to start getting some ATC, hopefully. However, at the moment, it is just Heathrow that's online. As in, like, just them that's online. There's no ATC at all. The ATC I was just checking, I believe it is still Information Alpha. Yeah, it is still Information Alpha. Even though, have we got some new weather yet? Yeah, we got some new weather. Clouds are now overcast at 3,100 feet. QNH is still 1019, so I'll get that plugged in here before we pass 7,000 feet. How much? Oh, FX 2020, so it's going to be, this is in Great British Pounds now. It varies based on country to country. I think in some countries it is cheaper than others, but so you've got the standard edition, which is £60, the premium, which is 80, and then the premium deluxe, which is 110. So I have actually made a video on my channel if you want to go and watch that at some point. I've made a video on my channel a couple of days ago now called The New Flight Sim is Here. It's 18 minutes long, and somewhere in there I do describe what you get with each package. Personally, I'm going to be going for the premium deluxe. Just to give my quick recommendations, I'd go with the standard or the premium deluxe. The premium doesn't really get you a lot extra on the standard, so that £20 extra is not really worth it. But if you want to get the premium deluxe, you get a 787 thrown in there, and you get handcrafted Heathrow, Dubai and Frankfurt also thrown in. So personally, I'd go for the premium deluxe or the standard, depending on how much money and, you know, interest on flight sim. But I'd avoid the premium. I haven't actually pre-ordered it yet, I'm going to wait for that, but yeah. I mean, that's the thing. I mean, it's an expensive game, but there's more expensive games. There's not more expensive games out there, but considering the fact that they're streaming it from their services and you get included nav blue data, and you get things like that all included with the game. Like I think you get nav blue data. You get obviously the nice ATC, there's real life traffic data in there as well, and of course all the scenery and everything you get. I mean, there's plenty of other YouTubers who've made various comparison videos too, so. But yeah, it's a pretty well priced game. It's expensive, but it's worth it. That's my advice. 28 miles until our descent now, so I'll just whack this down to 18,000 is going to be our initial descent. 18,000 level by FSX is what we're going to get given probably by ATC. And I want to go down to 40 nautical mile range on here now. So we'll probably get contacted by ATC. If they're busy, probably closer to a Laso. If they're quiet, probably closer to Abner. Somewhere around there. Yeah, that's what I like as well. The standard edition does actually come with 2 great airliners. It comes with the 747-8 and the A320neo. So I like how they've done it with the sort of you get some lovely stuff in the standard. But then if you're sort of hardcore flight simming, like me, I do it all the time, then you get things like the that's what they've done. They basically made it so they're like, if you pay this amount, you get a great game. If you pay a little bit more, we'll throw in a 787 at a couple of airports. So it's that 787 that they're trying to like capitalise on. It's people that are like, no, I don't just want 2 planes. I want 3 excellent airliners. I mean, obviously some people aren't even going to use the airliners. The airliners are very complicated, you know. Some people are more into enjoying the scenery and relaxing, in which case they're going to use the many VFR planes that are going to come in the standard. The amount of VFR planes they've got in this game. They've got like the Diamond Twin Star 42 and 60. They've got the Cessna 172, the Cessna 152. There's a number of others as well. There's a number of planes, even in the standard, when it comes to little private planes and the VFR flying. I said, the VFR flying series that I discontinued just 2 weeks ago will be making a comeback now. I wasn't intending that, but it's definitely going to be making a comeback after what I've seen of the new flight sim. It's perfect, just whack all the clouds off and enjoy a wonderful VFR experience. That's what I'm going to be doing with this new flight sim. And because for once you can actually do proper VFR flying. That scenery is not suitable for VFR flying. Like, if I were to look down there and said, right, I'm going to turn right at this pylon and turn left at this church, no, I could not do that. As you can see, it's just plain terrain, nothing special, really. And no matter where you go, oh, there we go, we've just been contacted by London Centre, so we'll give them a little call. It's going to be very busy, I can guarantee that. Yeah, airliners are very complicated. I mean, the best solution I've got is watch a tutorial. There's plenty of tutorials out there. They're very difficult to fly, but once you get the hang of it, you can understand them fine.
Speed 30 Alpha Lima, Unicom now 122.8.
So I'm just waiting to contact them.
Unicom 122, just might have a good day, Speedbirds at 30 Alpha.
Yeah.
London Control, Skyways 58 Heavy with the flight level 400, inbound Abner, and we're ready for descent.
Skyways 58, good morning, descent flight level 180 and squawk 0331.
Descend flight level 180 and squawking 0331, Skyways 58. Alright, second last squawk code there, 0331. I didn't write that down.
Correction, Skyways 58. It is the Alesso 1 hotel arrival into Heathrow. You'll be landing on 27 left.
Alesso 1 hotel arrival and runway 27 left for Skyways 58. Okay, so down we go to 180. We're literally, as soon as I contacted ATC, instantly ready to start descending.
27 left, clear to land, speed 505.
It's actually not too busy despite the high amount of traffic.
Easy 796, descent altitude 6,000
nice
feet.
to have some ATC.
1019.
I said I predicted we'd be cleared down to 180, so... But yeah, down we go.
790, 320, 517 with Alpha Kilo H1019, push and start.
Speedbird 790, thank you, from 517, push start approved, face north.
Face north, push approved, speed 5.
So yeah, we start our star at Alesso, which is not too far away from here. Then we get to land after that. Slowly descending now. Pretty average descent, we're a little bit, it's like this thing's trying to get back on course, which is fine. This thing's pretty quick at descending, like it is climbing.
155, report your passing altitude.
It's pretty good. It's very busy here. It's actually not too busy on this frequency though, despite the fact it's controlling so much.
Thank you, climb flight level 290, direct Cock C, Kilo,
so it's not
Oscar,
too bad.
Kilo.
Flight level 290, direct Cox, Speedbird 155.
Speedbird 119, 260 degrees, 11 knots, 27 right, cliff, takeoff.
They'll take off 27 right, Speedbird.
So yeah, they're using 27 right for takeoff, 27 left for landing. Just going to check that what my plane has plugged in is actually correct for the ILS for 27 left. So we're looking for 109.5 and 270. So you can see there the plane has automatically plugged in the correct thing. So obviously it can sometimes be wrong, so just make sure that it isn't wrong. It does actually change. If it gets a certain frequency and it's different to the charts, I'd keep it because it actually does it in accordance with FSX. But since we're using up-to-date UK 2000 scenery, the free version obviously, even the free version's enough to lag out my machine a little bit, so I don't know how it's going to cope with the payware, but luckily my PC at the moment is good enough to handle the new flight sim. It's recommended spec pretty much perfectly, but I am towards the end of this year I am going to get an i7 in it rather than an i5, but not just yet, waiting for that. Yeah, there's currently 8 planes out in Heathrow, so it's still very busy, obviously, typical Heathrow madness. Despite, no event, not even any ATC apart from London Centre, so no local ATC, and just
London,
8 planes
morning.
suddenly
Speedbird 139
are there.
on the ground
Pretty
from Heathrow,
nuts.
stand 532 QNH 1019, type 7879, request IFL to Mumbai.
That's a long flight.
2139 London Control, morning clear.
Mumbai.
Detling 2 Foxtrot departure, squawk 1160.
Speedbird 139 is cleared to Mumbai on the Detling 2 Foxtrot, squawk
That's like a
1160.
10-hour flight, isn't it?
139 is all correct.
Mumbai. That's a long flight. Very long
Speedbird
flight.
535, welcome to Heathrow, left Alpha, Charlie to 544.
That's mad. I would never do a flight like that though, honestly. I couldn't do a flight that long.
Left Alpha, Charlie, 544. Speedbird 535, thank you.
Like, the longest flight I've ever done is 7 hours.
4,000
And even then that felt long. So like 10 hours, I think it's like 10 hours Mumbai. Just nuts.
Well, London, Speedbird 155, request out the cockpit for a couple of minutes, sir.
Speed 155, that's approved. Just in the meantime, fly heading 100 degrees.
100 degrees, Speedbird 155.
790, ready taxi, able Alpha 6.
790, thank you, Alpha, hot Alpha 6.
You can see there, this plane is working to be level at VAX there.
Speedbird 119, report your
Even though we weren't actually given that as an instruction, so it shouldn't matter, but yeah.
Speedbird 119, thank you, fly heading 090
Obviously we're following the charts
degrees and climb flight level
for
290.
for the arrival.
090 and flight level 290, Speedbird 119.
Easy 796, fly heading 280 degrees, establish localizer 26 left.
You're passing 270 now, so pretty good. Down we go. See if our sirens can go on in probably like... Not yet, maybe we'll wait until we get to FSX and then we'll turn on the seatbelt signs.
Speed 2239, under control, morning clear to Lima on the Gogsy 2 Foxtrot departure.
That plane's going to Lima.
5224.
Everyone's going so far today.
Lima Gogsy 2 Fox 5224, 2239, thanks.
Speed 2239, all correct.
It's because there's actually an event on today, going from Lisbon to Rio and Lisbon to Bogota, and Madrid to those 2 airports as well, but I wasn't really able to do it because it's a 9-hour flight. It's a little bit longer than I wanted, so in the end I decided not to do this event. So I'm kind of happy actually because it's quite a nice little flight. This we've got some nice little bit of ATC. Have plenty of people watching today, which has been lovely.
Sorry, I had a problem with my PC. I'm back on with you, reducing to 1,500 feet.
No worries, Speed 139, push start approved, face north.
Push and start approved, face north, Speedbird 139.
Papa Lima 044, roger. And Papa Lima 044, turn right, heading
So yeah, down we go now.
0 degrees.
Papa Lima 044, turning right, heading 120 degrees.
Speedbird.
You said Speedbird then and then just stopped.
London, Speedbird 155 back in the cockpit.
155, thank you. That other aircraft has disconnected now, so you can redirect Kilo, Oscar, Kilo, again, Coxie direct.
Direct Coxie, Speedbird 155.
We're making our way pretty well down to 180. This thing is going to want to slow down pretty much immediately then for Al Ali 01. It slows down very early, this plane. I don't know why, but I took manual speed last flight, so I might just do that again.
Approved, face to the north.
Because this plane always acts like it takes an age to slow down, and it just doesn't. And then, when it actually needs to slow down, it then doesn't. It's a bit weird sometimes. It's probably because it's such a large plane, it's just a bit of a pain to slow down overall. But never mind. Never mind. What was that popped up there? It was like a little blue message under there. I didn't quite get time to see what it was. As long as it wasn't something important, we're good. I'm going to get speed brakes out actually, because we are going a little bit quickly.
Papa Lima 044, turn right, heading 180 degrees.
We're going to 20 nautical mile range now, because there's so many close together waypoints here.
Papa Lima 044, are you out of the weather there, or do you still need lower?
We're doing pretty good. They go slow down enough
slightly
now.
out of the weather. Still got quite a bit of fog, but I can kind of see about 5 miles.
I'll take it down to 285 knots now.
Yeah, the airport is at your 2 o'clock at a range
take it down to 285 knots because that will help us slow down to 250 later.
And flying 190 degrees.
Flying 190 degrees, Papa Lima 044.
It's pretty good, this ATC. We should be cleared lower than 180 shortly. But not yet. This plane has actually descended a little bit early, because we've still got 7.5 miles to FSX, and it's like almost there. Never mind, I guess. Never mind.
Easy 796, when you're established on the localizer, descend with the glide path for 26 left.
There's actually a tower online going now, I think, yeah. So Gowlit's got pretty much full ATC now, apart from approach.
Right,
so it's just Heathrow.
Whiskey Unicom now, 122.8, bye-bye.
Actually a little bit too high now, basically.
Have a good one, bye-bye.
Cheerio, Virgin 5 over to Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Yeah, this plane's managed 18,000 there.
Virgin 5, monitor Unicom 1228, bye-bye.
Over to 122.8, Virgin 5, thanks for your help.
Goodbye, Virgin 341, Unicom 1228, good day.
Just keep slowing it down a little bit. Enough Ali 01.
Papa Lima 044, I have the runway in sight.
Papa Lima 044, thank you, runway 20, cleared to land, surface wind 27.
So we're just waiting for ATC to clear us lower. Now we haven't actually passed FSX just yet.
Cleared to land, thank you.
I think this plane did it slightly too early.
That was Speedbird 139 for taxi.
139, thank you, taxi link 58 onto Alpha and hold at Alpha 3.
We'll request a further descent if it doesn't get to us
onto
now.
Alpha 3, Speedbird 139.
Speedbird 790 from Alpha 6, 27 right, clear takeoff, 260 degrees, 11 knots.
Clear takeoff 27 right for Alpha 6, Speedbird 790.
Right.
Skyways 58, descend flight level 80.
Descend flight level 80, Skyways 58. Right, okay, this plane, if I just press it again, the VNAV should enable. I'll put out the speed brakes to help us descend, because we are about 1,000 feet too high now.
Okay.
He didn't say 8,000 level by big in, so I'm just going to leave that, because the restriction's actually 7,000 by big in, so because that's what I was given on Monday or something, like I was given 8,000 by big in, but he didn't actually say by when, so we won't bother changing the restriction.
Easy 796, contact tower 124.225, bye-bye.
You see, this thing's actually slightly too slow now, so it should be able to catch up with its descent profile by just doing a quick descent now. But we can get the seatbelt signs on now. Maybe I should have got it on a bit before we did this rapid descent. Some of the passengers may have been chucked around back there. Obviously, they're only virtual passengers, don't worry. But yeah. Sorry, passengers, sorry.
Sorry, I don't have the en route capabilities for CPDLC set up, just the departure to clearance at the moment, so that won't be available. But you can climb 370 and proceed now direct Dover. Delta Victor.
We've cleared with we've caught back up with our descent path now. So that's good. We've caught back up with it. This thing is like so quick at descending, it's actually just blast through its own VNAV path.
Speedbird 155, climb flight level 370.
I'll keep the speed brakes out actually to help us maintain the speed. Actually, we need to be at 250 knots here, so down to 240 knots.
Descend to altitude 4,000 feet, the QNH 1019.
Descend 4,000 feet, QNH 1019, Skyways 58.
Skyway's 58. From there, you're going to have 38 miles to touchdown. Turn right, heading 360 degrees.
Right heading 360 degrees, Skyway's 58. Right, so there you go. We're going to be given vectors now to the ILS. You can see there, that's the ILS there. So what we want to do is just click direct to the ILS, and then that will allow us to sort of plan for it then. So that's where it is, that's what he's doing to us, he's basically doing that. So what we want to do is click vertical speed, and then I want to get a 4,000 maybe just short of that line. So like 1,600 feet per minute maybe. That will allow us to slow down, something like that. You can see there then, 4,000 just short of that. Because remember, we are going to have to slow down. Speed brake extended, okay. Plane's cross about that for some reason. Start slowing it down now, because you can see we have been given a little bit of a shortcut then. Which is nice.
Speedbird 790.
This plane thinks we're far too high now, but I think we're okay.
Speedbird 790.
Speed 790, Roger, climb.
We need to slow down a bit more actually.
And route direct to
so we'll let it do that. We'll have a quick look at our speeds, make sure they're all accurate. Everything's all ready for landing now. Just the landing lights at 10,000. Everything's all looking pretty good. I'm actually going to plug in a bit more descent now. Just to make sure we can actually descend in time, obviously. So it's probably going to give us like a left turn basically from there, just pretty much straight in. Line lights can come on now at 10,000, well close enough to 10,000, 10,600. I want to go down to 220 knots as well, just let it slow down that little bit more. It's a hard plane to slow down this, so the more we can do it the better.
Iberia 3-1 Whiskey Tango, right on Alpha and hold Alpha 3.
And we're landing 27 left, so I'm probably going to take stand 238 or 239 if I'm asked what stand I want. Or we might just get sent somewhere, I don't know. Depends. Right, passing 10,000 then, this thing is pretty good actually now. In going direct to our approach. I'll just make it go direct to our approach again to make sure it knows a proper descent path for us. I want to make sure it's accurate. Seems okay. Get down to 20 nautical mile range. Actually, no, we'll keep it at 40 now because I can actually see the ILS then. We can push it back to like 1,500 feet per minute now, you can see. I don't know when he's going to give us the left turn. We can draw it to 210 knots now as well. Just slow down that a little bit more.
Skyways 58, turn left, heading 290 degrees, establish on the localizer for 27 left.
Turn left heading 290 to establish on the ILS for runway 27 left, Skyways 58. Alright, so now we are now going direct to the ILS.
139 from Alpha 3, 27 right, clear for takeoff.
So we can arm the approach, or not.
From Alpha 3, clear for takeoff, Speedbird 139.
Our plane's doesn't want to arm the approach just yet.
Vacating.
I think we're too far out, maybe.
Thank you. You can taxi to GA apron of your
or
choice.
Too high up, maybe. I don't know.
Thanks very much for your ATC services. Have a good day. Bye.
See ya.
Whatever it is, the plane's on a fan, so maybe we need to be on the QNH first before it considers us. Right, 1,800 feet per minute, 20 nautical mile range. We're going to go standard prep. We're going to go QNH 1019 now, just to make sure we're at the correct altitude. Is this thing going to allow us to arm the approach or not? Still not yet. It's not happy. I don't know why. We must be too far away, I think, or too high or something. Maybe, I don't know. But oh well. We'll let it get on with it, and hopefully it doesn't become a problem later on. As long as he does it eventually, I don't mind. This thing's moaning at us about our speed brake being out, despite the fact that we need to slow down, so I'd say it's okay, but whatever. Is the approach going to work now? Still no. Here's the frequency's in there. I think it's waiting to intercept the frequency, but oh, there we go, we've just got it there. Approach is now going to work. It only works from 25 DME, so I guess that made sense.
Well,
we're actually quite far out, believe it or not.
With you currently climbing through 3,500 feet.
So
we'll just level it out now to like 1,300 feet per minute.
Flight level 230.
Because we're still 25 miles out from Heathrow, so we've still got a little bit of a way to go just yet. We can go flaps 10, which flaps 15,
now, 122,
which is the most it'll let me go without shouting at me for not having the gear down just
Thanks
yet.
very much for your service this morning, sir. Much appreciated. Speedbird 155.
Yeah. John X23 Romeo Echo, monitor Unicorn.
We're down to 190 knots now. This will help us slow down for arrival.
122, this
basically. Don't want to be going too quickly.
Yeah.
Now, I might need to go down to 3,000 to intercept the glide path. I'm not really sure. But generally, you have to go down to 3,000. So I'll see what it says. Our plane. I can't actually see the glide slope at the moment. We haven't got it. Cabin's ready for arrival apparently. There's a little thing from cabin crew to tell us that. Tell us that we're all ready for landing, which is great.
Speedbird 139.
Oh, there's the glide slope, so we should be good to maintain 4,000 then.
Speedbird 139, thank you. Climb flight level 290.
Climb flight level 290, Speedbird 139.
You can see then we're still 20 miles out just yet, so we're going to 180 knots now, which is like sort of initial approach speed.
58 when established on the localizer, 27 left, descend with the glide path.
When established on 27 left, descend with the glide path. Skyway is 58. Okay, so we've been cleared to descend with the glide path once we're ready. However, as you can see there, we're not quite. Can't actually see the ILS right now. Missed approach altitude here is 3,000. So we'll set that after. And speed brake can be armed, ready for landing now.
Requesting clearance of Frankfurt Asphalt, QNH is 1019.
You can see there we're just on a perfect heading now, basically, to intercept the ILS. We're just waiting. We're still 8 miles out from the initial thing.
I want that, we'll refile it immediately.
So we just have to wait for this sort of... We're 7.5 miles out yet, basically. And we have to wait for the localizers to start matching up with us. And we have to wait for the glide slope to also start matching up with us. Neither of them have yet, to do that, so they haven't done it. Just waiting. There's the glide slope. It's active. However, we have to wait for the localizer first. But he did say we can descend with the glide path. So I'm gonna have to go to 3,000 because I can't go any more really.
Cabin control. Good morning. Fraction 88 Tango citation.
Because that's where it starts low.
East Meds QNH 1017.
At the moment, we're okay to maintain our current thing until this gets involved.
To you, clear to Innsbruck, Daventry 3 November departure, squawk 1162.
Daventry 3 November departure, squawk 1162.
So we're okay at the moment, just wait for the localizer.
The QNH East Midlands 1017 report over start.
We'll call ready 1017.
Now look outside, it's not too cloudy here in Heathrow, not the best of days, not the worst of days. It's been a lot cloudier and rainier. It's not too bad, the FPS right now. It's actually, it's 17. It's a little bit better than what it was in Bournemouth. That was terrible. That was a bad landing as well. But hopefully we'll be okay. Once I actually pause the camera, it actually goes up to 23. Because that's how it is in this flight sim. If you don't move the camera for a while, the FPS just gets better after a bit. I don't know why.
2810. Yes, received that. Although the tower's just logged on actually, so if you give them a call on
tower's online apparently.
5 for clearance.
Alright, watch that. We'll go to 118.5. Bye bye.
Looks like tower's online.
And Iberia 31 Whiskey Tango. If you contact tower 118.5. Bye bye.
So yeah, it looks like Heathrow Tower online now, is it? Yes.
And all stations, London broadcast. If you are on the ground at Heathrow, contact Heathrow Tower now, 118.5. On the ground at Heathrow, 1185, London now.
Okay, so we should be good now to intercept the localizer, or not
control,
yet.
hello again. November Cherry Romeo with you, 1,500 feet.
There we go, we've got it.
38 Romeo, London control, roger. And what are your intentions?
So we're established, I can now slow and get ready for the approach. It's a bit cloudy here because we are into the clouds. Overcast at 3,100 feet apparently. We're a little bit high now because of how we've been dealt with.
320 for a stall test on the A320, returning back to Gatwick via VFR.
3 Romeo, roger. Again, just because of the classification of airspace, to go to 320, you need to go into Class A airspace, which is IFR. So I'm happy for you to go IFR. So November 38 Romeo, climb flight level 320.
Climb flight level 320, November 3 Romeo.
Right, we're allowed down.
58 contact Heathrow Tower 118.5. Bye bye.
118.5. Bye-bye. Thanks for ATC today, Skyways 58. Right, we should be allowed down to 2,500 feet now. It's still not on the thing. Heathrow Tower, Skyways 58 heavy with you on the ILS for runway 27 left. We haven't got a response yet. Why is this plane not descending? Hello, plane. I want you to descend. It was just sitting there not doing anything. Heathrow Tower, Skyways 58 heavy with you on the ILS for runway 27 left. Oh, am I on the right frequency? Oh, 118.5.
Complete, and then we'll bring you back into Gatwick.
2,500.
Heathrow Tower, Skyways 58 heavy with you on the ILS for runway 27 left.
Skies 58 Heathrow Tower, good morning, runway 27 left, clear to land, service 27 to hoist at 12.
Runway 27 left, clear to land, Skyways 58 heavy. Alright, so we're clear to land. I'm going to have to drop the gear now and just get a shift on because we're a little bit quick, sadly. So we'll just do the flaps, and the speed brake is still out, but this plane unfortunately wasn't able to, just ignore the warning. That's because I put the flaps down a bit early, so it gets cross at me. Right, plane, slow down. Slow. We're a little high, so hopefully that will persuade it to slow down. Yes, there we go. It's slowing down successfully now. It's happy. And this can go...
You can go 27 right, clear for takeoff, service 270 at 12 knots.
Now on this plane you can actually do an auto throttle landing, I discovered. I've been trying it out, and you can actually land with the auto throttle, which is good. And there you go, we have successfully brought it back down to a correct speed, so we're just going to follow this now to the landing. Right, speed brakes in, and armed. We're all ready for landing now then. Hopefully it can be an alright landing. We were a little quick there, but...
Approaching 27 left.
There you go, approaching 27 left. So even though in real life 27 left is shut right now, they're using it in Vatsim for some reason. I guess why not? Obviously, no. As I said, we're not going to find little diggers and things on the runway, are we? It's Vatsim. It's flight sim. We're a little bit high, so we'll let it catch back up. There it is.
400.
Yeah, basically, if I enable the reverses once we land, that disconnects the auto throttle automatically. Like in the Airbus when you idle. So hopefully, I've been trying it out and it seems to work pretty well.
This is Speedbird 2810 ready for push and start.
Right, we're good now.
Speedbird 2810 stand 510 push and start.
Minimum to continue. Hopefully this is going to be a pretty calm, decent landing, that's the hope.
I'll be ready. 31 Whiskey Tango, contact London Control 132.6, bye bye.
50,
132.6, bye.
40, 30, 20.
Do you see the plane idles itself, look? When it knows.
So at 2810 squawk 3, 4, 5.
Yes, minus 225, not bad. Not a bad landing. It's been better, been worse.
Roger that. I will put there right now. Do you want us to put spot mode Charlie for taxi?
And down we go.
Negative.
70 knots, reverses in. We'll let it slow down then.
Heathrow Tower.
And flaps in, spoilers in and down. Hello and welcome to Heathrow. Stop the clock there. 1 hour and 12 minutes. Pretty good actually. That taxiway has an X on it, so do I take that?
249 now.
I think it's okay actually. There's no X on this
Bravo,
bit.
You're clear to Rio, Goski 2 Foxtrot, Scorpio 0524, QNH 1019.
So vacated.
Here to go Rio, Goski 2 Foxtrot departure, and say again the squawk, Speedbird 249.
Speed 249, squawk 0524.
Okay, squawk 0524 and information.
Right, there we go, all good. Wing lights can come off as well.
Speedbird 249, correct. Brabreak skies 58, straight ahead onto Romeo, stand 313.
Straight ahead on Romeo and stand 313, Skyways 58. Right, stand 313, just been given straight ahead the whole way, so it's not technically where we park, but I'll take it. I don't really mind. It's a heavy gate that'll fit this beast of a plane, so it doesn't really matter. Right, let's have a check at where stand 313 is. It is literally straight ahead, really close. It's in there.
Charlie,
So it's a really nice little parking spot for us.
538, type 737, QNH1019.
That's why he's done it. It's a really nice little taxi, that. We won't have time to start the APU, though.
Kilo standby flag plan is currently invalid.
I'll give it a go.
Yeah, that's what I thought there, and I was going to ask you to help me fix it, please.
There we go. Flight directors, everything is off. You can see, yeah, literally just the world's shortest taxi here. Straight ahead and then left here at stand 313. So even though Skyways do technically park at Terminal 2, not Terminal 3, which is where this is, I don't really mind.
Heathrow Tower is 15 kilo. I can take Galaxy 2 Foxtrot departure, then to join November 621, and then as filed. Yeah, I can take that.
Easy 15 kilo perfect, you're clear to Malaga Galaxy 2 Foxtrot, squawk 7701.
Wait, for some reason our marshaller, our little GSX marshaller, who I think is actually inside the pushback truck. I have no idea why there's a pushback truck there, but he's not there. I mean, like, where's his little numbers? Okay, we'll have to judge the parking based on the line on the floor, because it doesn't look like Mr. GSX wants to be showing up today.
The big speed bird, but I will be going shortly. Easy 15 kilo.
There we go, start there, and Jetway can get connected. Is the APU on? It is. So off go the engines. Hopefully our parking was satisfactory with GSX. I mean, they're the ones who didn't give me a marshaller, so if it isn't satisfactory, then it's their own fault. That wasn't a very good parking. Okay, so GSX can't spow, and they can't marshal us in either. I think the marshal was probably somewhere inside that building. In fact, he was on the other side of the building. What on earth? Why was he on the other side of the building? It's a bit nuts, isn't it? Also, the jet bridge isn't doing a great job of connecting either, but never mind. I think GSX is being a bit strange today. Right, wheel chocks on, parking brakes off, and connect external power, and that can come on, and the APU can come off, and the hydraulics can come off. And everything's looking good up there then. Everything's all off. Packs can come off as well. Okay, right, let's go ahead and shut down. No, oh great, that was good. My mouse decided to run out of battery. There we go, I think it's back into, oh great. I'm in a bit of trouble here. My mouse has literally stopped working. Right, off, on. Obviously my mouse chooses now to run out of battery. Oh, come on, really? Really? Thank you, mouse, for choosing this time. There we go. It seems to have, I got it back up and running quickly there. It'll probably die on me again. I think the batteries are running a bit low. At least it didn't choose during the flight to die on me, eh?
2810 taxi Alpha hold at Pluto.
But don't mind. Right. Request deboarding.
Alpha hold Pluto.
We'll have to tell you how many we have to tell you how many passengers we have again, because of course we have to reset it over in Zurich. Ah, there we go, guys. Flight completed. Thank you guys so much for watching today's stream. I hope you really enjoyed. I mean, I think we are still on 100 subs. Yep. No one unsubbed now because I've said that. Oh, great. Anyway, yeah, I'm very thankful for that. We are here on the ground in Heathrow. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you all really enjoyed. Why are we doing baggage like that and not with crates like they went on with? I don't know. Something tells me GSX is just being a little bit strange today. It's not in the right mood. It's just being a bit weird. Anyway, we'll get everything shut off now. All the lights and all that stuff. Only the nav light stays on. Get literally all of this off because we don't need it anymore. Make the plane a little bit quieter by getting rid of everything. We'll do cold and dark. Probably can get the ADIRUs back on. Everything off, so everyone inside is off. The plane might have already gone cold and dark. No, it has still got power. Good. The radio's still working. Yeah, they are. Skyways 58. We're going to disconnect now. And thanks for the ATC today. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Alright, so we can go ahead and disconnect from Vatsim now. That's us all done. Bit of a shorter stream than usual, I know. That's just how it panned out today with the flight to Zurich. That's how long the flight to Zurich is. And obviously I couldn't have done the flight back because that would have made it really long. It appears my mouse is still holding up. I'm going to get the batteries replaced now, I think. It's just me all the lights over there on. It's like the lights are on. We can get everything switched off now. And the battery off too. The battery's already off. Wait, what? Oh, external power needs to come off too. And there we go. All cold and dark. And we'll head outside and take a look at this lovely little plane. Here it is. Thank you guys so much for watching. Next stream is actually going to be tomorrow morning, 8:30 AM. We're going to be flying the Topa Sky 787 into the Vatsim New Zealand night, they're calling it. They're calling it New Zealand night. Obviously, it's night time for them, daytime for me. We're going to fly from Auckland to Wellington to Christchurch, 2 little short hops with full ATC throughout. However, at the end of the stream, they may start disconnecting because the event starts at 8, but it only lasts until 11:30. So it's perfect timing for my streams, really. But we may just miss out on the very end of it. I think we might be okay though. Really, if the stream lasts a normal amount of time, we should get full ATC the whole way through. So I'm looking forward to that. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you really enjoyed today's stream. I hope to catch you in the next one. Thank you, everyone who has watched it. We've had an amazing 31 playbacks. So that's clicks on the video, and plenty of people watching actually all throughout, which has been really nice. Almost the whole stream we've had someone watching, apart from at the start. So that was great. 3 likes as well. Thank you to whoever liked it, and of course whoever who subscribed as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. I will leave you with the background music, and I'll go and replace my mouse batteries. And yeah, I will leave you with the background music, and bye bye.